What's going on, people? My name is Alam. Welcome to another In Motion Football live stream. Today we got Raptors Celtics in the preseason. I just saw Grady hit a three. It's a shame that I missed it, but I had to talk to the talk to the stream here. Interesting little matchup here because Boston, I think, played yesterday, and they played a lot of their starters yesterday. So we have a relatively weak Boston squad. Obviously, we don't have a particularly strong Toronto squad either. So interesting matchup here of a mixture of, you could say, the team's depth and their, I guess, just bench like non-rotation players. So we'll see how those players match up against each other. Quick threes from Grady and Pritchard to start the game. I'll get my scoreboard up here. Sorry, and we'll get situated. There we go. So it's 3-3 early. Pirtle with a push shot. We got the same starting lineup as the last game. I think the same players out as well. So I guess we kind of know what we're getting from a rotation standpoint. Early matchups, you got Scotty guarding Peyton Pritchard. Oh, Grady gets completely blown by. Who is that, number 27? I actually have no clue who that is. Who? I just learned about a new basketball player. Number 27 on the Celtics. Ooh, I can get some help here about who that is. Jordan Walsh. So Jordan Walsh of the Boston Celtics. Blue by Grady there. Got the and one at the basket. Quick starts from the Raptors in their first two preseason games. We'll see if they can continue that here. Nothing but missed shots since the first Grady make. But you got Davion finding Jakob Poeltl by the basket there and a good little finish near the rim. So Davion's guarding Pritchard. Okay, so there's no switches here. Grady is on Walsh. Scotty is on Hauser, interestingly enough. Awesome job defensively there by Scotty, breaking up an alley-oop, and then an outrageous pass to the corner because, sure, if you don't think Lonnie Walker is going to get there and get to that pass, cool. But even if Ochai gets it in the corner there, what is Ochai going to do? Ochai is not a threat offensively in those kind of moments. So that was a wild decision by Scotty, but fortunately, Lonnie Walker couldn't actually hold the ball. So the Raptors get to inbound it. Grady looking dangerous. Actually, interesting possession there for Grady because everything but the shot looked good. Just no finish there at the basket, but it looked dangerous right after catching the ball. Quick drive to the basket, got fouled after missing once. So we got free throws here for Grady. Yo, Jacoby Walters outfit is wild. My God. I think individually I'm cool with the hoodie and with the flannel, but you put those two together, I think that pink and that red, I don't think they go. Wing three by Lonnie Walker. Good contest by whoever that was, but just a good shot make by Lonnie Walker. Raptors 2 for 6 from the field. Celtics 3 for 4. So we do not get a quick start in this game like we did against Washington twice. Davion kind of dribbles into the corner. Scotty posting up Pritchard. A lot of space there. No double team comes from Boston, which is a little bit strange. Who was 88? The big man for Boston. He's holding his own underneath the basket. Damn, another 3 for Lonnie Walker. I think that would be Nemias Queta. He's playing good ball. Good contest there by Queta on Pirtle, who gets a push shot to fall. So a couple quick makes for Pirtle. Looking a little bit more comfortable than the other players making shots. I think personally he might be 2 for 2, and the rest of the Raptors are like 1 for 5. And another 3 from Pritchard. 4 threes from Boston so far. And this is what they have in Pritchard and Lonnie Walker. Like, this isn't even their main players. Yeah, definitely a quick start from Boston. And it looks like their crowd is a lot more into it. Washington's crowd was completely dead. Scotty Barnes brings the ball up the court. Grady catches. Grady goes to the basket and is blocked by either Hauser or Queta. Nonetheless, took on 2 defenders aggressively and got his shot blocked. So definitely not good to see. Queta fighting hard underneath the basket against Pirtle. At some point, the Raptors got to get a rebound there. Too easy for Boston on the glass. 17-10 Boston, and we got the first timeout of the game. And this time it's Darko and the Raptors taking a quick timeout to start the game, unlike the 2 games against Washington, because as expected, Boston is a different opponent than Washington. But yeah, people, early returns are Boston is definitely better than us. Again, obviously, both teams are missing good players, but the guys that they have as depth going up against our guys, there's clearly a gap in ability, which is not something that people would say is a new thing or something that they learned. But yeah, Pirtle making his looks early on. I would say outside of making his looks, he's actually being played pretty evenly by Queta, Nemias Queta, which I just learned of today, who that is. So not encouraging to see that he's having a hard time imposing his will around the basket with that kind of a player as his like head-to-head matchup. Scotty hasn't quite taken control of a game like this, which is not encouraging to see. And who else is on the court? Grady trying to make things happen, which is good to see because that's the part of his game that needs to develop. But it's weird that you're seeing progress from the non-shooting parts of his game, and then the shooting itself isn't really necessarily working. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of the game goes. Davion hasn't quite been a factor at all. Haven't quite noticed him. And who else is on the court? Ochai, same thing. Ochai and Davion, pretty invisible. Shout out my guy King. We're gonna talk on the NFL stream later, but good win for the Steelers. And I started Justin Fields in fantasy today, so I'm thrilled with how that went. Hopefully on Tuesday when the Celtics play the Raptors, we get to see some stronger lineups. Although that being said, the Raptors lineup couldn't get a whole lot stronger, and Boston's could. So that might get ugly. Yeah, I am regrettably I can't watch that right now, but I wish I could for sure. Yeah, we got basketball for right now. But like I said, people, we will get to the NFL stream later on my other channel, In Motion Football. We will get to that after the conclusion of this Raptors preseason game. Yeah, I wish Sunday Night Football was a better matchup. Bengals Giants definitely doesn't get me thrilled to watch Sunday Night Football. So no subs so far. Same lineup for both teams. It looks like Boston's going to a zone here, which is hilarious. But yeah, they go to a zone against Toronto, up 7 in the first quarter. And Grady takes a 3 first possession against the zone, which would make sense. Unfortunately, the shot just doesn't fall. Pritchard knocks down another 3. 5 threes for Boston early. They have 15 of their 20 points at threes. Davion passes to Scotty. Scotty backs down Pritchard. Turnaround jumper, misses the shot. So I think Boston seems like they're pretty comfortable leaving Pritchard in that situation where he's one-on-one with Scotty. And I don't think Scotty's quite taken advantage of that mismatch well enough. I think one basket came out of it. But yeah, that's a matchup that you got to definitely expose. Lonnie Walker right to the basket. Davion Mitchell to the cup. Boston's defense just looked horrible there. It looks like on that possession they're like, you know what, we're up so big so quickly, we can take it easy. Hauser steps into a 3. Somehow a Boston Celtics player misses a 3, but then Ochai can't corral the rebound, knocks it out of bounds, and Boston will get another chance to make a 3. Yeah, looking at the first time we check into the stats in this game, it's going to look really, really ugly. I'll tell you that much. Who is this number 13? But he just cooked Grady defensively as well. Bad game from Grady defensively for sure. Who is that? Okay, let me see who that is. Drew Peterson. It was Drew Peterson that got the bucket there on Grady. Drew Peterson again bricks a 3 this time. Thankfully, we get the rebound. We can push the pace the other way. Ochai. So hold on. Boucher subbed down for who? Boucher subbed down for Scotty? Say less. They said we want to keep him away from this mess. Pirtle, push shot. Pirtle's shot making has been sharp today. That's just about the only thing I think we can say we had reliably from the beginning in this game. I'm here, but still get Gus Bradley out. Yeah, we'll get to it on the football stream later on. In Motion Football at the conclusion of this preseason game, we'll tap into the second half of Bengals Giants. Ew Boston. Ew Boston is correct. If you couldn't tell, Daniel, I put former Raptor Ron Harper Jr. on the thumbnail. Gotta find a way to get your digs at Boston while they're this good. So Shed checked into the game. Mogbo into the game. So actually, this is probably one of the bigger lineups we've seen in the preseason so far. Pirtle, Mogbo, and Boucher in the front court. So it's Shed and Ochai in the backcourt. So yeah, this is by far the biggest lineup we've played, especially when you consider that Ochai is looked at like a screener and a roller and a rim runner and that kind of a guy. So pretty big lineup here. Good team, trash coach. Hey, I'm all here for the slander, man. Let's get it. Shed goes to the free throw line. I miss what they called. We're not in the bonus. Did I miss? I guess, going back and forth with the chat, I missed what got Shed to the free throw line. But things to watch for in this game, I want to see Jamal Shed get his shot to fall because the point's been made over and over again about small guards like him. If you want to be a small guard like that, you have to make shots from the 3-point line. You just won't be able to survive. Regardless of how good your game is outside of that, you won't be able to survive without the 3-point shot. And it obviously didn't fall in the last game at all. I think he hit a 3 in the first game. But yeah, that 3-point shooting has to look good at some point. And he probably doesn't get NBA minutes, I don't think, until that happens. So if he goes a whole preseason without really showing any shooting, then that's what gets him to not get, that's what stops him from getting on the court. Nice possession there for Boucher to get it was Boucher, right? Yeah. Mogbo with a good assist. But then another 3 from Boston. So I think that's 6 threes now. 18 of their 27 points. Yep, 18 of their 27 on 3-point shots. Good little two-man game from Shed and Pirtle. Pirtle finally misses a shot, though. Pritchard missed 3. Ochai gets a basket to fall going to the bucket. Good aggressive take there. Had enough space to get the shot off easily. I don't count that injury to best players championship. That's not what we do over here. But and if you want to do that, say like fair enough. But look, as a Raptors fan, that's the last thing you'll ever hear from me. But yeah, they're showing the commercial again. The welcome to the NBA commercial with Kawhi on the court, with like first time in my life I've seen him on a basketball court without like the typical like cornrows he had. So man, it's gonna take some time getting used to the new look. I remember one time Kawhi did an April Fool's joke saying he cut his hair, and everyone was like, "Whoa, this is gonna be different." But then it was just April Fool's. But yeah, we forced Boston to take a timeout somehow. Don't necessarily, or I can't say that I saw that coming, but early stats, he got Pirtle with his 6 points. He actually missed the second shot, which I didn't notice. Yeah, Grady 1 for 6. The shot was not falling. He had a couple good looks too. Barnes 1 for 2 points. Yeah, didn't quite get into the flow of the game at all, which you would have liked to see considering that he's by far the best player on the court. Like that should not be close. Off the bench, Shed got the bucket. Boucher got set up by Mogbo. So those 3 bench players kind of came in and made an impact pretty quickly. And it's Pirtle and Ochai are the ones that stayed on the court the whole time. Let me see the Boston players. Man, so they're playing Pritchard, Hauser, Walker, Walsh, Quetta, Shireman, who I didn't even know was a guy. Drew Peterson, Jared's. Is that well? It's probably not Jared Springer, is it? Is it? Is that what his name is? Oh, it is Jared Springer. Oh, I'm thinking Jerry Springer. Yeah. Oh, his name is dangerously close to Jerry Springer. And Dmitry Skapintsev. So this is the thing too. Boston is playing. If you look at if we look at Boston's lineup, none of the bench players are ever going to touch the court in the NBA this year. Pritchard, Hauser, Lonnie Walker. Okay, Walsh and Quetta, I don't think so either. Boston Celtics are literally playing 3 NBA players in this game. If you look at our team is playing 8 guys who are probably all going to be in the rotation this year. The only, 6 guys are in the rotation for sure. 2 guys are maybes, Shed and Mogbo, and they're going to get on the court as soon as they show competence. So it's still a much stronger Raptors lineup than Celtics lineup. So this game so far is definitely. Oh my God, Scotty got cooked by Pritchard. Oh my God. Peterson hits a tough shot. So yeah, this game is jarring so far. Again, Scotty's back on the court, hopefully to make more of an impact before getting subbed off again. But he's on the court with Bruno Fernando, so that's not good. Fernando almost turned it over there. Celtics in transition. This is true, though. We do know this about you. Pritchard, step back in Boucher's face, and he misses. And then he gets another shot off. This guy, man, the Boston Celtics are shooting threes with so much confidence. Scotty drives baseline, gets the ball smacked out of his hands. It's a turnover. Boston goes the other way. Scotty's complaining to the ref. Celtics hit another 3 on the wing. I think that's Springer. So out of the timeout, Boston runs off an 8-0 run in what feels like a minute and a half. And it forces a timeout from Toronto. Man, oh man, Boston is rolling. And like I said, they're playing a much weaker lineup than we are. This is definitely a concerning thing to see. Yes, this one's ugly for sure. Boston don't care about preseason. That's funny though, because they don't care about preseason and they're still running it up on us. Very good chance they touch 40 in the first quarter. Again, playing a lineup of 9 players where there's probably only 3 NBA players on the court or like in that rotation. So you figure as the game goes on, like this is the thing though. We still have like if you look at our 8-man rotation against their 9-man rotation, our players should be the better players. Yeah, so this game is really rough to see so far. Raptors ruined their team for the one NBA title. I wouldn't say it was for the title. I think the point of ruining the team was about a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, they should have blown the team up. The fact that you got so little in return for Van Vliet and Siakam, that's the big problem. And you got so little because you waited so late to pull the plug on the team. So about a year and a half ago, that's the point where the team got destroyed. Like if this team is a young team with more prospect from, again, a better Pascal return and any Fred return, that's what puts us in a more respectable position. But yeah, it's about to be an ugly year. We're going to see a lot of OKC Thunder watch-alongs on this channel, people. This is about to turn into a SGA fan channel. And the timing of the Thunder games, too, is going to be nice. Like the games that start around 8. Boston's up 39-20. So they're on a 12-0 run. One of their players, lefty, I think this Shireman, jacked up a deep 3 that didn't go in. That's a heat check for sure. And I don't even know if he made a shot earlier. That's just a heat check. Good passing there. Gets Mogbo a good look. He misses. Boucher gets the rebound. Goes up. He gets blocked. So Mogbo's got an extended run here as a 3. Tyler Hero got the most points with 12 and still won versus Pelicans. Just Hero, new haircut, isn't it? Oh, I haven't seen Tyler Hero's new haircut. Let's see. You tell me that happened. I gotta look. Hero hair. Oh, he got a buzz cut. Oh, he's trying to lock in. You know, when a player like that gets a haircut, they're trying to lock in. What's going on, Jared Brown? How was the game? How's the game? I know you have fun. I know we're gonna get to the NFL stuff on the next live stream after this game. Your Celtics are going crazy. They're not even playing their actual NBA players. They're just playing random guys on their team, and they're still going crazy. So, but yeah, how's the game? We'll get into the actual game itself, but I just want to hear about your experience as a person. It was 41-21. Hell yeah, it was. Shit, this game is about to be 41-21 too. Oh, awesome passing here, and then Bruno Fernando. Oh my god! And then Chris Boucher kicks his pass out of bounds. You know, you've actually seen some great possessions in terms of setting up an opportunity from the Raptors here, but there's just no finish. Bruno Fernando can't catch a ball, and then he throws a horrible pass to Boucher, who actually he kicked the ball like first time. Like if this was a soccer game, that would have been a sick first time pass. But evidently, it's not a soccer game. Pritchard tries to hit a logo 3 at the end of the first quarter. It doesn't go in. So 41-20. Patriots. Yeah, no, they're dead. I'm CJ Sean Ace on my jersey. Damn, congrats. That's exciting stuff. You had a much more of an exciting day than me. That's really cool. I look forward to hearing about it. People, I also have an NFL channel, Emotional Football. We're about to have a live stream during Sunday Night Football whenever I end this, which I don't know when is going to be, but at some point I'm going to end this stream. I was thinking of obviously doing the whole game, but if this gets silly, I probably won't do that either. So we might cut to the NFL stuff a little quickly, but yeah. I'll play it by ear. I think the first opportunity where I might end this stream is probably going to be halftime. Probably going to be halftime. Yes, this was sad to see. This was very, very sad to see. But yeah, we'll check back in at halftime, see how I feel about doing the rest of this game. But yeah. It's just the thing is like, yeah, you're not supposed to care too much about preseason. It's just the fact that Boston has a much worse lineup than us. And they're beating us by 21. Now, if we say, for argument's sake, that Boston doesn't have a much worse lineup than us, then what that basically tells us is that our team is really, really bad. You know, like one of two things. You have to accept one of two things. Either Boston has better players on the court than us right now, which again means we're one of the worst teams in the league, or Boston doesn't have the better players on the court right now, and our players are just playing like complete ass for no reason. Also not a good thing. So one of two bad things is true. However you want to unpack it. This is real. This is 41 points in one quarter is trash. It was cold in New England today, but I had lobster dinner. Oh, congrats, bro. You that must have been a lot of fun. But yeah, to be honest, I don't mind being at NFL games when it's cold. The second quarter is started. Looking for the lineup here. It looks like Davion and Grady are in the backcourt. Mogbo and Scotty as the forwards, and Boucher at center. So Boucher, who's gotten mostly power forward minutes, comes into play center. So we've actually pivoted from one of our bigger lineups to one of our smaller lineups. Boston hits another 344 to 20. Scotty. Oh my God. Grady stumbled into him. That wasn't a dribble handoff or anything. It was just Grady stumbling into Scotty. Again, more good passing here. You know, I think when the ball got to Mogbo, we had done well. I think the pass to Grady there was the wrong decision because it kind of killed our advantage that we were building up through the ball movement. Then by the time Grady gets it in a not great situation, I actually think he does a good job of getting into a little baseline floater. Unfortunately, the shot just doesn't fall. Great look comes out of transition there. You can tell players like Scotty Barnes and Mogbo are going to be good in transition, but it's just obviously not something that you can heavily rely on. Shout out my guy Leon. We're going to talk about the Patriots later on the football stream on the other channel. But happy Thanksgiving to you as well. And good to see you. I see you. I hear you, Daniel. We're going to talk all about the Colts on the football stream. And that might start earlier than it's scheduled. I think I have it scheduled at 9:30 Eastern as of now. But again, if this game gets silly, we might pivot to that quick. We might pivot to that like maybe like 8:45. Hell yeah. I appreciate you. So yeah, this guy Nemius Quetta, I think he's definitely looks solid, given that he's gone up a lot of minutes against Jakob Pertl. Just some good center minutes from him. Again, I don't think he's going to play in the NBA this year. Probably just going to be developed by Boston, but they have good little developmental project. Ochai checks in for Mogbo. So Mogbo got a run at small forward where um he had a couple moments here and there, but I don't think he necessarily looked like a problem as a spacer. You know, like there were no moments where we had the ball where the ball found him in the corner or something, and it was like a real issue that he was there. Lonnie Walker open three knocks it down. God damn, this is a belt to ass first 15 minutes here. 10 for 19 from three. We're 1 for 6. Great look in the corner for Boucher, who misses. Quetta, backing down Mitchell. What a pass to the corner for Walsh, misses, and he gets the rebound. Man, Quetta is out here hooping, turns around, going at like 4 Raptors, gets blocked, gets the rebound, finds Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker, who doesn't get an and one, but that's because they didn't call the foul. They didn't call the foul, finishes through the contact. Celtics up 29. Grady, pull up from the elbow, knocks it down. Yeah, I think we're going to call this at halftime, people. I think it looks like one of those streams. We'll pivot right to the NFL at around 8:30. Quetta rolling, gets fouled at the rim by Mitchell. The thing is Quetta keeps finding himself matched up with Davion Mitchell. How is that happening schematically? Like, how does Davion Mitchell keep ending up? Like, it's got to be Chris Boucher that sticks on him. And if we're switching so obviously, and the other team's able to take advantage of that so easily, that's not good either. My Boston Celtics are elite. No, it's actually fucking wild how decent the guys on their team look that aren't going to play in the NBA. That's crazy. Grady rolling, puts the jumper up, doesn't fall. Hauser finds Lonnie Walker. Oh my God, he's going to pull this, isn't he? He pulled it. Wow, he missed. That's crazy. That's crazy. He looked Jakob Pertl in the eyes and said, about to hit this 3 over you. Thankfully, it didn't fall because that would have been so disrespectful. To be honest, I think he had more space when he first caught the ball. He decided to pass that up, took one dribble, and he said, you know what? I haven't really been missing today. And just shot over a 7-footer from the 3-point line. Pertl tries to feed it to Ochai, turns it over. Well, this is the hating energy of Boston that we support on this channel. This is not the Raptors slander that we support at this channel, but this is the hatred of Boston that we support on this channel. Turnover trying to spring the break for Toronto. This has been a dreadful first half. Oh, hell yeah. Appreciate that, man. I'll be sure to wish the same to you in November. Damn. What are the Thanksgiving games looking like in the NFL this year? Davion, Grady, Can't get the look to fall. Bad shooting day from Grady. Actually, bad's not a good enough word. Horrendous shooting day from Grady. Contest, miss. Ochai. Ochai goes the other way. Okay, Ochai in transition this preseason so far has been kind of right. I changed my pick'em. I'm 12-0. Damn, you're 12-0? Who do you have for tonight and tomorrow? We have to make sure you get these right. I think I changed. I checked my pick'em and I'm 12-0. That's crazy. Are you picking against the spread or is it just points? And yes, people, you may be tuned in here because of the Raptors. However, this game is so discouraging. We might pivot to some other topics as they come up. But shout out to everybody in here. 9 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. 2 very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. Bengals and Bills. Okay. I really I kind of liked the Giants up until I realized that Neighbors and Thibodeau wouldn't be playing. I'm a little bit scared for the Bengals in this matchup, but I'm still picking the Bengals. Bills, I think, I'm taking the Bills as well. I don't love either of these games in terms of feeling confident about picking a winner, but these are my picks as well. Bears Lions at 12:30 is solid. Cowboys Giants 4:30. Fins Packers. Ugh. Those games suck. But yeah, where are we? It's around 7:50 my time. You're gonna be calling this probably this quarter will be done real time in about 15 minutes. So that's estimating up at 8:05. Yeah, we're probably gonna start the football stream at 8:30. So in about 40 minutes, we'll get to the NFL stream. We'll really get into things. But yeah, this has not been a vibe. Oh, horrendous. That's a horrendous watch, man. Anytime the Finns play nowadays, it's a horrendous watch. So they're showing that Chauncey Billups made the Hall of Fame, so congrats to Chauncey. I think one of now 5 Raptors to crack the Hall of Fame. But they're showing that basically only 2 of them played meaningful minutes on the team. Or a meaningful amount of games. Because Chauncey played less than like 60. Hakeem Olajuwon obviously played like 40. T-Mac didn't play much. I think he played about a season. So yeah, Vince and Bosch are the 2 big ones. Foul at the rim. Perdo to the free throw line. But yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. 2 really important ways of supporting content on YouTube. If you want to show your appreciation for what's going on, that's the way to do so. Perdo misses the first. No, he makes. Wow. Okay. The way that bounced off the rim looked like it was definitely going out, but somehow it fell. I have a DeMar DeRozan rookie auto card. Hold on. What's an auto card? I'm unfamiliar. Is that like a kind of trading card? Oh, an autographed card. Okay, I'm figuring out the lingo. But that's dope. That's dope. Yo, who is this number 20? And why is he getting to the basket so easily? Shed. Dump off to Pirtle. who gets it to fall. We need the shot making from Shed, though. We know he can do that. Too aggressive by Shed there. Maybe he was looking at it like, this guy got to the basket too easily. I don't want to let it happen again, but you can't foul the guy. Terry, why did I say Terry Rozier? Lonnie Walker, not from when they show him, obviously, but just looking at him play on the Celtics, bro, it looks like Terry Rozier with the 12, with the really, really short hair. I'm having flashbacks. Anytime Terry Rozier comes up, though, have to bring up the most iconic tweet of all time. If anyone in the chat doesn't know what I'm referring to, let me know, because then I can explain it. But it was a good lob there from Grady to Pirtle. Pirtle just couldn't finish it. His hot start ended pretty quickly, but he gets a shot to fall there and one. Big up Joe Hell. The NFL stream, we got shit to talk about. We got shit to talk about for sure. Thoughts on the NBA player the Heat drafted, Larson? I have no familiarity. I don't know who he is. I have faith in the Celtics to go back to back. As you should, my guy. As you should. I think it's just about staying healthy. I think the real competition is New York. I don't think Philly is for real. What's up, time to shine? It's been a minute. How are you feeling? Probably not great about the Raptors, but how are you feeling, all things considered? But yeah, no. Back to this really quickly. It's just about, I think the real competition is in New York. I don't really believe in Philly. I think, between Paul George and Joel Embiid, somebody is going to be hurt in the playoffs. Somebody. So I believe New York is the competition. And I still think Boston probably wins that. But again, injuries could change that. Oh, it's going to be a bad year. A lot of OKC Thunder watch-alongs are going to happen on this channel. We're turning this channel into a SGA fan channel. There'll be some Knicks watch-alongs too, oddly enough. Like, I'm going to do these random watch-alongs who, as a basketball fan, of like teams that I want to watch. So like New York because of OG, the Thunder because of SGA. If the Pacers are playing the right team, like because of Pascal, if the Nuggets have a good matchup, maybe for Jamal Murray, like, there's going to be watch-alongs on this channel that are just coming from like my basketball fandom, which is obviously slanted towards me being from Toronto, whether that's the Raptors or Canadian players, whatever. But that's what I'll be up to this year. It's ugly. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You have some pretty rough, like, red, white, and black teams that you support right now. Yeah, pick a different color, bro. I think that might be the problem. I pick a different color scheme. They hate playing us, to be frank, even when we aren't the best. Yeah, so that's the thing. Oddly enough, right? Like, them going up against Miami and then maybe getting somebody hurt because Miami makes it such a physical series. Like, those could be one of the things that could be a downfall. You know what it is about the Chiefs, though, bro? They don't wear black. They're just red. They're red, white, and yellow. But United and the Raptors, the red, white, and black, that's a nasty combination. Larson is a good hero replacement. Oh, I saw Hero's haircut, by the way. Oh, I already mentioned that earlier. But yeah, I don't know if he's that style of player. It might make sense that's a precursor to the fact that Hero's probably in the trade market. Oh yeah, what's your thoughts on the Siakam trade? The trade itself, like in a vacuum, is probably the best we could get at the time. And we got another draft pick yet to be used from that trade. But the bigger issue is that it shows that the Raptors were really, really wrong about holding on to him for so long. His value was what it was because we traded him 5 months before he's a free agent. That trade should have happened a year earlier. Like I was explaining this to Daniel earlier. Where we really messed up was that we were basically about a year and a half ago, the team should have been blown up. That really should have happened there. You should have got something back from Van Vliet. You should have got more back for Siakam. And then if you think about what you got back from for OG, you put all those things together and you might be at a better point to start a rebuild. But the fact that they lost Fred for nothing, the fact that they basically had to trade Pascal Siakam for just whatever they could get, it's really bad. Again, like the only reason they got good value for OG is they traded him on time. Like they traded him at the point where you're supposed to trade a player. And look at the difference, right? We got nothing for Van Vliet. We got basically a 19th overall pick. Kelly Olynyk, Ochai Agbaji, and then a first round pick in 2 years for Pascal. But then you look at IQ and RJ for OG, right? IQ and RJ are actual like starting caliber NBA talents. You might not be the biggest fans, but you can't act like they can't play in the NBA. All the other pieces we got, basically the nothing for Van Vliet, and then all the pieces we got for Pascal. Argument could be made like not one starter could come from that, right? You hope that Jacoby is one, but he might not be. Oh, we got injuries though. I don't know the rest of it. We can do it again without receivers this year. Bro, I will not bet against it. Literally, I was talking about this earlier. The strongest point against the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl is just the fact that it's the consensus pick, and consensus picks normally don't happen. He better not leave, then I'll have to sell my hero jersey. He needs to get him to sign it if that happens. Bro, you can keep the jersey anyways. It's not that deep. You can keep the jersey. You'll be fine. You guys at least got RJ Barrett. Oh, by the way, yo, we've had the funniest preseason off the court, right? All the drama about Scottie Barnes, what hit Twitter yesterday about RJ Barrett. Hilarious times we're living in. But no, I like RJ and quickly in terms of the value we got from that trade. Think about if we had that kind of a trade 2 more times. We would have been in a much better spot right now. We're down. Here's the thing. We're down 30 to a lesser team. Here's the thing. The 9 players that Boston's playing versus the 8 players that we're playing, our players are better players. Being down 30 against better players against lesser players is a horrible sign. So then the point you might make to me is that, you know what? If you're down 30 to them, maybe you don't have better players. And that's the even more concerning part. That is the even more concerning part. If Boston's lineup of 9 players, where they only have 3 guys who play in the NBA and then 6 guys that they're just going to develop in the G League, if that lineup is better than what you have, you're going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA. What happened with them guys? I missed it. Okay, so hold up, it's tea time. But yeah, so Scottie Barnes. Apparently he left the girl that he's been dating since like high school or whatever, and he's having a kid with a 32-year-old woman from Toronto. So then they're just like whatever, right? That leaked. It is what it is. And then his ex-girlfriend just put a TikTok out, kind of just like shitting on him and like obviously talking about how like just fucked up it is what happened, right? Whatever. But yeah, so then the talking point for people in Toronto about this is that, yo, he left his American girl and created a family with somebody from Toronto. He's not leaving. So there's that angle of it. But yeah, then there's the other angle of like people talk about Jalen Green and Drea of the age gap. Like Scottie's 23 and she's 32. So there's that angle of it. So that's just the shit that people have been talking about with Scottie. Now with RJ, some dude just went on Twitter and said that RJ owes him money for payments that he's been making to him like RJ's been making payments to him so that they could hook up or whatever, and he owes him money because he hasn't been paying him, and he tried to post some receipts. or like he tried to post some transactions of money that used to come in, and like the thing is like it's probably fake. Like it just looks like a pretty big money grab, but like obviously when something like that hits the timeline, people make fun of it, right? uh Bro, yeah, that's what he was alleging. He was alleging that, you know, this guy pays me so that we can do, you know, nasty things, and he owes me money. So that's what he said, that he got on cam, was looking at his camera, recording this video, and he put it on the internet. Again, looks like a cash grab, but people are still going to create jokes. People are still going to create jokes when that kind of thing. And then the transactions he posted, like, again, you can easily doctor those kind of images and just come up with good fakes. But yeah, it looks like homie's been getting transferred money by RJ Barrett. So I don't know. Got to investigate the Raptors. Yeah, it's been a wild offseason. But yeah, no, shout out to Scotty Barnes. I can't talk about that. But yeah, I work with somebody who knows the woman that he had a child with, and we're just gonna leave that right there. I never asked you what you think of the ownership stuff and how that affects us. This is a complicated conversation. Scotty just threw the ball out of bounds. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the Raptors were owned by basically Bell and Rogers, who are the two major telecommunication companies in Canada. So you're talking about phone, internet, cellular networks, all these things, right? Like, though there's two big companies in Canada, and they basically co-own the Raptors. Rogers themselves, by themselves, they own the Blue Jays, and they do a really bad job of running the Blue Jays. Rogers basically bought Bell out, so now it's just Rogers who's gonna own the Raptors. The big thing is Masai Ujiri, who obviously is our best general manager ever, the guy who put together our championship team, the guy who's been doing a lot of fuckery since then, by the way. We can just put that out there. Yeah. Basically, in the last contract negotiations for Masai Ujiri, the Rogers owner apparently was on the side of like, let's not extend him. Because he's asking for too much money. And it was the Bell guy that decided to just kind of, he was the person on Masai's side, and they ultimately got an agreement because of him. So with Rogers being the main owners, the question is Masai Ujiri going to no longer be the GM at some point because of like just the change in like the change in who's making the decisions. And then the other side of it is that like Rogers sucks, man. So here's what Rogers does with the Blue Jays. So I actually am somebody who like, I think baseball is a cool sport, but I don't watch baseball at all because I just don't feel like I can support the Blue Jays because I have so little respect for what Rogers does with the team. Here's what they do. They basically, in a sport like baseball where there's no salary cap, you can spend as much money as you want. The financial side of baseball is pretty important. And essentially what they do is that every opportunity they have to financially use the Blue Jays, they do. So the stadium that they play in used to be called Sky Dome. Sky Dome is like, has a cultural place in Toronto. Of just like, that's what people think is cool. Like, it sounds cool. They've been talking about going to the Sky Dome for years. That has like a cultural significance in the city. They took Sky Dome's name off, like they renamed it, and they renamed it the Rogers Center. So they play in the Rogers Center. They play on Rogers Sportsnet, right? So the TV channel that broadcasts all the Blue Jays games is it's Rogers Sportsnet. Those are the two big examples. But the point is right, every opportunity they have to align the Blue Jays with all their corporate entities, they do. So then the thing there would be like, okay, if that's what you're doing, you should make up for the fact that you're taking away your baseball team's earning potential by obviously just like doing all the deals with yourself. You should have to compensate for that by putting money into the team, which they don't do. So it's like you're almost just using it like like a pawn in the bigger business, which is Rogers. So yes, I saw Rogers everywhere. They basically run a monopoly. Yeah. There's the Rogers Center, which is where the Jays play. There's a Rogers Arena in Vancouver where the Canucks play. There's a Rogers thing in Calgary. Like Rogers has a crazy monopoly on just business in Canada. So that's the thing. With the Raptors now being owned by Rogers, basically, I don't want to see the Raptors turned into the same thing of just every opportunity they get, they use the Raptors to build up all of their other business ventures, and then they don't compensate for it. Now it's a little bit different in basketball, where basketball is a salary cap sport. There's not really a potential to spend more. My problem is like when it comes to the Jays, if we didn't just put the Jays on Sportsnet and actually auctioned off their TV situation, maybe there would be more money to spend on players. If they didn't just have them play in Rogers Center, and you tried to get fair market value for whatever those naming rights are, maybe there would be more money to spend on players. It's a little bit different baseball to basketball. But yeah, Rogers obviously doesn't have a history of winning with the Blue Jays. So they were part owners when the Raptors won in 2019. They've been part owners for this whole time, for that whole run from the 7 years, or I think it would have been 2013 into 2019. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I have reason to believe that it's a bad thing, but it's not quite a clean comparison baseball to baseball to what's it called? Basketball. Aren't they not willing to give Vlad a big deal? So I actually don't know. I'm not that knowledgeable about that situation, but they have a rule, right? They had a rule for the longest time of the 5-year rule. And basically what that meant is in baseball, we're never giving a deal longer than 5 years. The trouble in baseball is that all the great players sign 10, 11-year deals. So you're essentially saying under no circumstance will we employ any great players. For example, the year that they traded for David Price, David Price at the time was one of the better pitchers in baseball when they traded for him, and he wanted to stay on a Blue Jays team that looked promising. But again, he's a free agent. The Jays say we'll spend big money, but we're only doing 5-year deals. He goes to the Red Sox and signs a 7-year deal. Ironically, he played like complete shit for Boston because he got hurt. So like that situation turned out okay. But the principle of we're never doing any deals longer than 5 years will just in baseball mean that you'll never have the best players. So it's like you've quit already. So I don't know, again, how that'll impact. I think the basketball equivalent might be that just will never be a luxury tax team under any circumstances, right? So that's probably what the outcome is going to be. You expect Masai to be going soon then? I don't know when his contract runs out. See, that's the thing. I expect that the next contract negotiation isn't going to go well, especially this year being a rebuild. Like by the time they're negotiating the next deal, they're going to have a long run of us not doing well. They're going to have a long run to talk about, like, that reflects poorly on you. So yeah, if you talk about my expectation, I don't think he's going to sign another contract. So I think whenever his contract runs out, somebody else will get the job. So we'll see how that goes when that happens. We're gonna pivot to the NFL stream now. How do I want to do this? Okay, give me 1 second, people, because I'm gonna drop the link to the live stream that I'm going to right now in the chat, just so that you guys can head there. Because we've kind of been talking about football stuff for a decent amount of this stream anyways. So just pulling up a link to the live stream. Bengals Giants. I know it says that we're going to start at 9:30, but I'm just going to start that soon. Like right now, probably in like 5 minutes. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys click this link here to head to the other stream that I'm about to start. Actually, I'll start it now and I'll just join it in like 5-10 minutes. But yeah, click this link, follow me to Emotional Football, my NFL channel. We're gonna start talking about Bengals Giants and all the football that happened today. Yeah, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel when you get there if you haven't already. But we're gonna end the stream. It's been fun. See you in a couple minutes.